6 state titles have been awarded over the last 3 days in Ohio Stadium. Tonight, one more team joins that elite group of 2016 champions. The name Coldwater is synonymous with state title appearances. Will their 8th straight championship run have them leaving with a 5th consecutive crown? Canton Central Catholic has been down this road before with the Cavaliers, twice to be exact. Will it be 3rd time's a charm for the Crusaders? It's a battle for the Division 5 championship. Coldwater, Canton Central Catholic, next. Over 3,500 football games have been played at the high school level in 2016 in the state of Ohio. This is the final one, the Division 5 state championship, a rematch for the 3rd year in a row. Coldwater and Canton Central Catholic. And with that, we welcome you to Ohio Stadium. Neil Sika, former Ohio State quarterback Greg Fry, here to have some fun. History on the line in 2 facets for the Cavaliers. They have beaten Canton Central Catholic the last 2 state championship games. So if the Crusaders, Greg, are going to upset history, how do they do it?
Do it defense. They've got here with defense. You win championships with defense. They've done it all year long. They're going to have to do it again tonight against a very good Coldwater offense. Look
at the state semifinals in Division 5. Canton Central Catholic took care of Milan Edison and the #1 player, Sam Stoll, last week in Strongsville, while Coldwater handled Coshocton 33-14, about 20 miles north of here. The Cavaliers, all that's at stake tonight is the consecutive wins mark in the state playoffs and matching Cleveland St. Ignatius for 5 state championships in a row. The pedigree, incomparable. How do they keep it going year after year, Greg?
Well, you win 24 games in a row in the playoffs. Your kids have practiced 5 more games than most teams out there. They've been here before. They expect to win. They get it done defensively. They're balanced on offense. They run it well. They throw the football well. They tackle well. They block well. They do all the little things you need to do to win, and they do it consistently.
Head coach Chip Otten speaks of the pressure of keeping that amazing run going.
You get used to winning, and you win, and you want to continue, and so you put that pressure on yourself to: are we doing enough? Are we doing the right things? Are we working them hard enough? Should we change things? Should we keep the things the same? And so I guess if you look at that as pressure, I guess it sort of is trying to keep the thing going, keep it rolling.
The best thing about the small schools, the star players that go both ways. The poise of this guy at quarterback, though, Dylan Tobey, one of the finest in Division 5.
Well, 39 touchdowns on the season. He's got 18 through on the ground, 21 through the air. He comes from a long line of successful quarterbacks. He's seen how it's been done in the past years, and he's getting it done this year. He is a playmaker. He is really the star on offense. Does a great job bouncing it out. And tonight, again, he's going to have to do an excellent job of taking care of the football and spread the wealth to his receivers and running backs.
2 touchdowns through the air, 2 on the ground last week in the state semifinal. Canton Central Catholic at 10-3. They were 2-3 at one point this season, but getting up for this game shouldn't be too hard, and they have beaten teams above them in Division 1 and Division 2 this year.
Whether it be Perry in Division 2, it was a state finalist as well. They played their first 5 games, a very difficult schedule, which has created an opportunity where they've had a lot of experience. They started 2-3, but they're back here again. And again, it's about the experience of they've been here twice, they've lost, but now it's about getting it done and getting the W this time.
And it's Coach Jeff Lindesmith talking about the challenge of motivating his team to get back here.
We challenged this team to mature a lot, to understand the whole process of getting better by the week. And it's a lot of times it's the preparation, a lot of times it's the sacrifice you make in practice. Every senior group is a little bit different. In this group, that's what we thought they needed to improve on. And they've really responded since week 5 in that process.
Helps when you have the Division 5 Defensive Player of the Year on your team, Griffin Bammel.
Excellent linebacker, middle linebacker. He's a leader on that excellent defense. You'll also see him running the football. He scored 4 touchdowns in their power set offensively. He's a hard hitter, understands how to get to the football, makes his reads, and he hits like a load of bricks.
For the first time in state playoff history, a championship game with the same opponents for the 3rd year in a row. Coldwater, Canton Central Catholic. Next.
The 2016 OHSAA State Championships, presented across Ohio, exclusively on Time Warner Cable. And by Central Ohio McDonald's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and an active, balanced lifestyle for youth. I'm loving it. By Honda, majestic deals await at your local Ohio Honda dealer. Happy Honda Days. By Mr. Hero, it's all about the taste. And by Quaker's Steak and Lube. Great times, great food, Quaker's Steak and Lube.
Dylan Toby. The Coldwater Cavaliers take the field at Ohio Stadium. 20 straight playoff appearances. And in their 8th consecutive championship game. And the Central Catholic Crusaders from Canton, 2-time state champs in '88 and 2000. And their 3rd straight championship appearance. As you look at Chip Otten, his team's road to Columbus, some adversity. They were trailing by 17 points to Greenview. Before rallying in the regional semifinal, they beat Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy for the 3rd year in a row. Took care of Coshocton in the state semifinal. And for Canton Central Catholic, Jeff Lindesmith, his team at defense, it's been stellar. Just 20 points through the first 3 games. Trailed early against Milan Edison before running off 24 consecutive points and winning by 10. Our weather tonight, brought to you by Quaker's Steak and Lube. It's been brisk all day, but the wind is calm right now. Championship 38 degrees on the banks of the Olentangy. Greg Fry, our keys to the game, sponsored by Honda.
For the Coldwater Cavaliers, they got to get off to a fast start. They've won 4 in a row. They want to make sure they get out quickly, put some points on the board, and stop the run, make the Crusaders one-dimensional offensively. And for Canton Central Catholic, defense, create turnovers. They've been feasting on turnovers all throughout the playoffs. They want to do that again tonight, and they don't want to give up the big plays. They want to make the Cavaliers drive the long field.
The 3rd member of our tripod has been trying to stay warm all weekend long. She's been very busy, and she knows these teams have seen each other before. We say hi to Marissa Contepelli. Good evening, Marissa.
Hey guys, well, as you just mentioned, this is the 3rd straight meeting between Coldwater and Canton Central Catholic, and the Crusaders, hoping the 3rd time's a charm, it has not gone their way the last 2 times. Last season, Coldwater won 35-18 thanks to quarterback Jack Hemmelgarn. The Cavaliers never trailed in that one as they went on to a perfect 15-0 season. And then in 2014, they cruised to a 34-point halftime lead before eventually going on to beat the Crusaders 62-21 in that one. So when I got a chance to catch up with Crusaders head coach Jeff Lindesmith before tonight's game, he was excited, he was ready, he knows what the challenge is, and he told me, if we want to be the best, we have to take down the best. Neil?
Deficit last year, Marissa, in that championship game. Coldwater trying to make history and win 5 titles in a row. They won the toss, deferred. They'll kick off. Dylan Toby, the quarterback, will do the honors. Cameron Ruffin, Brady Thompson are back deep. There you see the familiarity. First time ever in the 45 years of the state playoffs a championship game with the same opponents 3 years in a row. Final football game in the state of Ohio in 2016 is underway. And that kickoff muzzled a bit, but held on to in the end, and Brady Thompson did fall on it. And that's where the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic will go to work on offense. During the regular season and the playoffs combined, they average around 26 points a game, but it's even better in the 4 playoff games. Jack Murphy. You see the numbers. Sensational student, a receiver for much of last year on the 2015 edition. A spread offense with 2 each way on the opening play of the Division V championship. He's got Thompson on the outside. Up to the 30-yard line. They'll spot him out at the 29. It's a game of 16. Neil Mullenkamp forced him out, and that's key because he had a sprained ankle last week and he's so big defensively, Greg. But first we look at that offensive line for the Crusaders. Better each week is Gehring. Smith, the center, pretty solid. Roop, one heck of a defensive back. He's all state in that department, but a good wide receiver. They motion Cummins. And they give straight ahead with a nice hole. Running out over the 35 to the 36 is the freshman Chase Miller. Lewis Berry made the stop. Here is that Coldwater Cavalier defense, just surrendering 15 points a game. Seifring, all states, leading the defensive line. Klosterman, Kanapke, Gear lead the linebackers. It's important that they've got Mullenkamp back after the sprained ankle. He'll be out of the kicking duties, but he was first team all-league in 3 departments. He's an all-state player defensively. Murphy keeps. Scampers to the 40. Brad Gear tripped him up, but it's another Crusader first down. A good start.
Excellent block on the left-hand side. Miller missed, but still a nice pickup by Jack Murphy. His legs are a difference in this game. He's a little bit more elusive and quicker than I think he looks on film.
Chase Miller's in the backfield. Jet sweep. Goes to Cameron Ruffin. Bottled up on the outside. There's nothing there off the edge. Ryan Kanapke, the senior. Honorable mention, All-Mac made the tackle.
Good job stringing this out. Both these teams run this jet sweep or fly sweep, as they like to call it. So they both know this all too well. Trying to stretch out that defense. Excellent pursuit angles by Coldwater, as you would expect.
Chip Ott, 7th year as the head coach, 8 years as an assistant prior. Formerly 5 years at Middletown in the mid-90s. Flared to the outside, Ruffin. They tried him on the jet sweep. They come back to the near side. Berry is ready for it along with Kanapke.
I think Coldwater defensively, they'd love to see that ball all day long. That ball's near a long time. Allows the defense to pursue. Nowhere to go for Ruffin.
So 2 first downs. And now 3rd and 9. The opening minutes of this Division V championship. Averaging 30 points a game in the playoffs, this offense. Murphy to throw. Off the hands of his intended receiver in Roop. Mullenkamp in coverage. Crusaders will punt.
You hear some moaning and groaning. Mullenkamp got there in time, possibly a little bit early, but good job defensively by the Cavaliers to get a stop.
Sprained ankle or not, Greg, that adrenaline is flowing for Mullenkamp. He was fired up coming to the sideline. Rindler, cousin Jack Mullenkamp, is back to receive this punt from Jared Cummins. He's a lefty. They were using a left-footed kicker in the pregame. It went 24 yards, no return, to work the spin and adjust to what Cummins offers. So here's the Coldwater offense. The lone loss of the season was to Minster, who lost earlier this morning to Warren JFK. So there will be no 3 titles for the MAC this year as they had in 2014. Toby has been sensational. as he was last week, even though throwing 2 picks, but it was kind of ho-hum. And they went about their business and pulled away from Coshocton. Similar offenses for both teams, so we should fill the air with football in Division 5. As Mullenkamp motions to the far side slot. Toby on the keep. And he's so good on his feet, Greg, and Gunnar Eberhardt makes the tackle, the sophomore, as he goes out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 5. Here is the offense for the Cavaliers. Just one guy returns from last year's team that started, Troy Sanning, who's the left tackle. We've mentioned Mullenkamp a few times. Multi-side star for this team. Klosterman, second leading receiver. Brad Gear gets the lion's share of carries when Toby isn't running it. 6'4" senior. Gives to Rindler. A scrappy player. And has made some big postseason plays, but he loses a yard there. And Jarrett Cummins steps in from the linebacking core. The linebacker's very good on this team. The defensive front has been solid as well. James Wills, first team All-Ohio in Division 5. Baumel headed to the Naval Academy. Brady Thompson is everywhere in that secondary. Roop, also first team All-Ohio selection. He has 8 interceptions. It's 3rd and 3 on the opening possession for the Cavaliers. They're the 2 seed coming out of Region 20. Toby to throw. Caught right near the sticks by Broering, the junior. And it's enough for a first down, just his 9th catch of the year.
Well, they have success here because he throws the ball on time. That ball just gets past the marker. Excellent job by Broering getting past the chains, knowing exactly where the marker was and hanging on to the football despite taking a hit.
It's actually a very good quarterback. He will be the quarterback of the future, just a junior. 3 wide receivers on the near side of your screen. On 1st and 10 at the 45. Toby going for it all. Looking for Klosterman. Got it. Down at the 17.
Well, they like that matchup because Klosterman is 6'5". He's got a 5-inch advantage over the corner. I believe it was Jarrett Sanford on the coverage. Excellent protection up front. They're going for the home run. He throws it up nice and high. And Klosterman does what he's been doing all year. He's averaged 20 yards a catch. Big play.
28 yards and a first down. The big playability of Klosterman. They ran a similar look last week. He dropped it. Not that time. A bunch off the far side slot. So they come to the near side and run Toby. Harris Stuffle to make the stop. The senior, a 2-year starter. But the poise of Dylan Toby has to impress you, and he's so multi-dimensional in this offense.
And that's just a simple run. It's really a lead. He's got Gear leading up in the hole. He's following his guard, following his back. Nothing fancy, but they pick up 5 on first down.
Football isn't even his best sport. He is a basketball sensation. Excellent play at the Division II level. Off the read, they give to Gear. He will scrap for about a yard or 2. Levengood to make the tackle, the senior. Bought his time, waiting to play, as many of these Central Catholic starters have. Same goals for Coldwater. That pipeline just continues to put out successful football programs. Gear in the backfield. Toby and shotgun on 3rd and 5. Just inside of 6 minutes in the opening quarter. Look to set up that screen to Gear, right through his hands.
They have what they want, little play action, throwing a screen to Gear. And they have a hat on a hat. You see the offensive lineman releasing out to the front. He's got a wall of blockers, just unable to hang on to it.
That's 10 receptions, a big 20-yard one last week that helped set up his touchdown against Coshocton. So here's the interesting dynamic. Mullenkamp with that ankle won't kick. Toby will. Doing a bit of everything. Broering will hold. as he sets up at the 18. 28-yard attempt for Toby. Not close. And Greg, that will make for some interesting discussion as this night goes along. Mullenkamp, an all-district kicker, but Toby misses, and Canton Central Catholic takes over.
You're here. It's the only place you're going to be. Be where you're at when you're there, and let it fly for 2.5 hours. Right? Let it fly for 2.5 hours.
All the other hoops matter. Great focus and execution. And always remember, guys, you play together and you have some fun.
Both coaches, well, they know each other well by now. Chip Otten, so much success. Jeff Lindesmith has been on this staff since 1986, just his third year as the head coach. Been part of 3 baseball championships at the school. Ever since he's taken over the head coaching reins. And the legend in Lowell Kleinsmith, they have made the state championship game. Titles in Division III and Division IV, 12 years apart. Picked up a couple of first downs on their opening drive. This young running back, Chase Miller, who started the season with the freshman team, then moved to the JV, but he gives such a different look that they didn't have in their backfield before, as he goes for 6 yards on the opening carry.
Well, if you're a freshman, you're doing something right, but it's about the play up front. The offensive line did a nice job right there, opening up the hole. Miller stuck his face up in the hole and got 6 on first down.
2nd and 4 at the 26. Murphy in command. They give to Miller once more. They're a first down, about a yard shy. Kanapke in on the tackle. Undersized for a linebacker, but makes the stop.
You see how physical that Coldwater Cavaliers defense is. When you play Coldwater, you know you're in for a physical battle.
Cavs went 53 yards on their opening drive, but it came to die on the missed field goal by Toby. Murphy. Down he goes. Creighton Bettinger made a big stop on 4th down last week, and this junior is getting time because Patrick Klosterman broke his ankle. One of the team's leading tacklers, but this long and lanky end makes a big stop.
Excellent job by Bettinger keeping his outside arm free, forcing this thing back inside. Look at the technique right there. That's exactly how you do it. He took on the blocker with his opposite shoulder, kept his outside arm free, and made the play.
Mullenkamp, Rindler back to receive the second Jarrett Cummins punt, which took some backspin at the 46. And will nestle down around the 47-yard line with the 28-yard punt. And so the Coldwater offense back out on the field. Well, this season they've averaged 30 points a game. Everything going swimmingly until they lost to Minster. Deal with a little bit of adversity in this postseason, as you were alluding to, in their second playoff game. Mullenkamp in motion. Toby keeps it. Dylan Toby into Crusader territory. A run of 11. First down. Tripped down by Brady Thompson, the safety, the senior.
See the guard to tackle pool left-hand side. Look at a great job of the whole offensive line. Open up the holes. When Brady Thompson's making the tackle, that's not good for the Crusaders.
Toby does a bit of everything, and perhaps asking them to kick field goals of 25 yards or longer might be a bit too much. Mullenkamp, so good. That was his first attempt of the year. Speaking of, limited this week in practice with that ankle sprain. In fact, hardly practiced at all. He goes on the jet sweep and scrums up about 2 yards. T. Roop, the tackle.
And it just looks like he's running maybe 70%. You know, it doesn't look like he's got a burst right there. And I think they tried it, but you wonder if they're going to come back to that or not. You know, I think it's more to be throwing the football to him, try to get him open. But the jet sweep might not be his thing tonight.
Gear on the backfield on 2nd and 8. Coldwater's second possession. Toby to the outside. Finds his man Hardings. Roop knocks him out. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Going that short side, little bit of hitch, stop route. There's an outside linebacker, Eberhardt. Good throw, good catch. Nice pickup on 2nd down.
Hardings had shoulder surgery last year. Missed the season. Excellent baseball player. 3rd and 2. 7 up on the line of scrimmage for the Crusaders. No matter. Good surge by the offensive line, and Brad Gear has a 1st down with Wills making the tackle.
Just a great push by the offensive line. That was all about those front 3, getting a good push, making it easy for Gear to get the 1st down.
Well, so far, 2 possessions. Business as usual with Coldwater moving this football.
Well, they're moving the football, but they haven't put it in the end zone. That's the one thing about this Crusader defense is they might give you some yards, but you're going to have to earn touchdowns.
Just surrendered over 8 points a game in the playoffs. Toby looking long. Falls incomplete. Hollenkamp was triple teamed down around the 5.
Let's just say he drew a little bit of attention. 3/4 of the defensive backfield was following 16. Great protection, but and I think it's the case. Look, you can see 3 guys right there. Not happening. That's where Dylan Toby's got to be patient, go to the sideline. The coach got to say, hey, look, they're going to triple cover him. Somebody else is going to be open. You got a couple other guys in Hardings and Klosterman, Rindler, Broering. Somebody will be in a one-on-one situation.
5 receivers on 2nd and 10. Looked like a design run with Toby not getting much, stuffed by Stuffle. Logan Meyer also in there.
I'm not so sure this was a design run. I think he saw an opening and hit it. Stuffle. Excellent job of that defensive line. They know he's going to tuck it and run. It's a good job collapsing on him, making the play.
2 for 3 on 3rd down so far. Inside the final minute of this opening quarter. Who takes first blood? Toby with a pump fake and then back to the near side. Klosterman. 1st down. At the 17, a gain of 11. Cummins the tackle.
Now this is big time because he's trying to throw this to Hardings to the left-hand side. Hardings slips. And Toby comes off, comes back to the right-hand side. There are not many high school quarterbacks that can go look left and come back right to probably his 4th or 5th option at Klosterman. That's big-time play by Dylan Toby. Big time.
It's a Roethlisberger pump fake.
Klosterman's been a go-to guy. 8 touchdowns, 20-yard average. You got to find a way to get the ball.
First team All-Northwest District. They fake that jet sweep. And Toby stumbles. And it's a loss of 5 yards. Luke Ezzo, the senior safety, so scrappy in there to make the stop.
Yeah, that was an odd look. I'm not sure if that was a read option type of play where he's going to give it or keep it, but nonetheless, great tackle for loss by the Crusader defense.
9th play of the drive coming up for Coldwater. But scoreless after 1. Championship 7 of 7. Division 5 title. Start of the 2nd quarter, Neil Sika, Greg Fry. Scoreless between Coldwater and Canton Central Catholic, and we check in with Marissa again.
Guys, after Coldwater lost 19 starters and 22 seniors to last year's championship team, a lot of people were doubting that the Cavaliers would make it back to tonight's state final. But guys, the Cavaliers adopted a motto, PTW. They've been using it all season long, stands for prove them wrong and play to win. Head coach Chip Otten said it has been absolutely critical for them all season long. It's a constant reminder that they need to stay relaxed and confident. And guys, they are certainly playing to win here tonight.
Moved the ball efficiently. Missed a 28-yard field goal by Toby. Just connected on a nice pass with Klosterman. But we've been discussing Neil Mullenkamp in the early going. Even if he's at 75%, he's still a threat. We've seen 3 defenders around him, but how big is it? The kicking game won. We've seen the kicking game play a factor in games this weekend, Greg.
Yes, we have a few times, but it's a factor. I mean, when you lose your kicker, but I think losing his offensive prowess is a big deal too. I think he's on the field, obviously, but I think they're going to find somebody else to make the big plays.
Loss of 5 on that last play of the first quarter. 2nd and 15. So they head to the north end here at Ohio Stadium. Toby. Great protection, but nobody open downfield. We'll get back much of the previous loss and then get shoved out by Gunnar Eberhardt.
Again, good protection. He's got time to throw. Really nobody open downfield. They went with a 2-deep look and just kept everything in front defensively, and excellent job keeping Dylan Toby from running too far. But watching Neil Mullenkamp run there, he's, I'm going to say 70%. Now, he can catch the ball. That's the thing. He can still get open and catch the ball, but I wouldn't expect him to be explosive beyond that.
A lot rely on that 3-sport star in Dylan Toby. Grindler motions. On 3rd and 10, Toby rolls in that direction. And that pass falls incomplete. Thompson was in coverage, thrown just a hair behind Mullenkamp, who almost reeled it in.
But great pursuit angles here. Look at this defensive line. Watch these guys pursue right here. Toby's going to sprint to his right. Excellent job. Logan Meyer especially is going to put the heat on. Ball's a little bit behind. Excellent job of the defensive line getting after Dylan Toby.
4th and 10. And after the field goal miss, they'll play here. Toby with time. Towards the end zone. It's incomplete. Offline looking for Rindler. A tough throw to make to the outside across the field.
Well, it's just great coverage. I mean, these guys, you can tell, well-schooled defensively as far as watching film and knowing where the routes are going to go. There's a little bit of contact back there, and I'm sure the Coldwater Cavaliers wanted to see the flag, but that was well defended. Really nobody open. And you can see the frustrated look from Dylan Toby. The good news for Dylan Toby, he's got time. He's just got to be patient and dink and dunk a little bit versus trying to make the big plays.
So drives of 8 and 11 plays, a missed field goal, and a turnover on downs. Quick hit in the flat for Ruffin. And this senior is playing football for the first time since 7th grade. Very athletic, track kid. Just to move it up the sidelines. Healthy 6 yards on 1st down.
Anytime you can pick up 4, 5, 6 yards on 1st down, you can get into your playbook a little bit. And especially now when you're backed up inside your own territory, you want to get some positive yards.
Miller in the backfield with the senior, Jack Murphy. 42-yard touchdown run helped seal it last week. Greg's been talking about the jet sweeps. Thompson comes to the far side, has a 1st down, and goes out of bounds by the Coldwater bench.
Brady Thompson can go get it. He's got a little burst. You can see right here, he wants to cut it up, and he decides he's going to go outside. And Mullenkamp does a nice job chasing him down, but not before he picks up enough for the 1st down.
A fearless player, honorable mention, All-Stark County. 1st down for Canton Central Catholic. Talk about the schedule they played this year. They were 2 and 3. The losses at New Philadelphia. That ball is on the ground on the exchange. Coldwater claiming they have it.
A lot of orange shirts down there and one green shirt.
But it remains with the Crusaders. Somehow they fell back on it as Bailey Capps couldn't rumble it in cleanly.
That is a big play by Bailey Capps because there was a lot of orange right there. Look at 24 get in there and pull it out. That's an important play in this ball game because that would have given Coldwater short field.
Junior recovered his own fumble. 2nd and 12 at their own 27. Fake to Thompson. Back to Ruffin. And going down on the palm grasp of Klosterman. That giant length, the 6'5" receiver linebacker makes the tackle.
A lot of juking going on there by Ruffin. He picks up a few yards. That play looked like he was going to have nothing.
Well, 2 in this early going on 3rd down. Jeff Lindesmith looks on. Team reveling in the chance to play this game again against the same opponent.
Got room. Got room.
Ruffin on the middle screen. Breaks it. Brought down at the 30. Mullenkamp with a touchdown saving tackle.
Boy, that is a great play call. You could see the penetration by the defensive line. By the time they realized it was a screen, it was too late. Excellent job by Jack Murphy, delivered the football. And Ruffin, first big play offensively for the Crusaders. Almost takes him to the house. And guess who takes him down? Neil Mullenkamp.
Better and better each week. 41 yards on that reception. Mentioned his speed, but Lindesmith feels his future is in baseball. Run Miller inside, and the freshman maybe a yard. Seafrig, Division 5 first team All-Ohio on that defensive line, made the tackle. Along with Cody Gear, who's the cousin of Brad, the running back.
There was no room here. That ball came out late. The whistle was blown at dead. But the defensive line, I mean, they're all in the range of 200 pounds. Sanding is 220, but Seafrig's 195. Gear's 205. Bettinger's 180. But they are tough as nails. I mean, they keep a low center of gravity. They play like they're 220.
Masters of Mercer County. Low snap. Murphy almost got that in there, but it falls incomplete. Wanted Roop. Toby in coverage. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, I think this is one where Murphy really would like to set his feet and throw this in there. This is not a ball you want to hang up there. And Roop's got a size advantage, 6'2", but the ball's in the air too long. Would have been a tough catch. That's one where a quarterback, you want to set your feet, you got to drill that thing in there on a post.
Toby was 2nd team All-Conference as a defensive back. Had a hurry on this, with the play clock down to 2, and CCC's sideline recognizes, calls timeout. Early here in the 2nd quarter. What's your temperature on this one so far? We'll touch on that when we come back to Ohio Stadium. Scoreless in the Division 5 championship. No score. Early in the 2nd quarter, the final state championship game of the weekend here at Ohio Stadium. Chip Otten, long time on the staff. His father coached at Coldwater. All 3 of his boys played for the Cavaliers. But the repeat champions. Hoban's done it. Very convincing today over Trotwood Madison. Hartley for the first time in school history. LaSalle, first three-peat in Division 2. And only the 8th school to win 3 in a row. But the Cavaliers with 4 straight titles. Only Cleveland St. Ignatius has won 5 in a row. They could do that with a victory here tonight. It's 3rd and 10. The ball is out as Murphy was under duress. And the 2nd time on this drive, the Crusaders recover their own fumble.
Very fortunate that ball bounced right back to him. He's just trying to tuck it up and run. Really just nothing there. It looks like Cody Gear knocked it out, but Murphy fell right back on it. So now you're in that in-between zone. Too far for a field goal. You could pooch punt it here, or seen a lot of teams going for it here the last couple games, obviously, because there's no tomorrow. It's week 15.
They have an all-state kicker in Dan Mills, but his relative Sam, who was doing the honors last week. So they play here on 4th and 15, and it's Coldwater football. Andrew Seifring, the top defensive ends in the state in Division 5 with the sack.
This play, this takes a long time to develop. Good job stepping up in the pocket, but you can see Seifring comes from the outside, runs around his blocker from the right-hand side, keeps chasing, relentless effort. The 6'1", 195-pound senior makes the play on 4th down.
So far, a long journey to the middle for both of these teams. No execution as they march toward the red zone. A double reverse, Rindler looking. He's got his man.
That's Klosterman. A little razzle-dazzle. Chip Otten looking to get some energy going with this offense. Excellent throw by Nate Rindler. I thought the ball was in the air a little bit too long, but Rindler does a nice job of putting it out high and outside where Klosterman can go up and get it, runs away from the coverage. Brady Thompson can't quite get there.
Klosterman, second leading receiver, and Rindler made big play after big play in the playoffs, all 5-7 of them. Mellencamp in motion. At the 40, Toby taken down. Well, the quickest guy out of a 4-point stance is 88 in green. That's Stuffle. And another big play behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he uses his quickness well. He's 6'2", but he's 170. But that quickness is evident. He ran right through the blocker, made the play in the backfield. Not too many guys are going to tackle Dylan Toby in the backfield like that.
2-year starter.
He's their third leading tackler and his hands on the ground. That's saying something. That doesn't happen too often.
It's 2nd and 12. We're under 7 minutes remaining until halftime. Toby. Time to the middle. Roaring. Lunges over the 30 into 2 tacklers. Thompson, the last, wrapping it up, but it's a first down for the Cavaliers.
Got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They are giving Toby a lot of time to throw. Look at the time he's got. He's just going to find the curl late in the route. Roaring is open. I think the key in this game is going to be Toby just being patient now, because it's the big play guy in Mellencamp's. He's there, but not explosive. But it's just dishing it out to the other receivers and being patient, because the Crusaders they don't want to give up the big play, but they'll let you throw it underneath.
Here in the backfield. Now he lead blocks for Toby. Well, that crease, following your man. It's a gain of about 4. Ezzo with the tackle.
And that's a nice pickup of 4. I mean, look, I thought that Derek Levigood had him. 50 missed him, but then just look at it. He's spinning and moving. You got an extra 2 or 3 yards there. Baumel finally in on a play. He's been quiet so far.
Yes, he has.
That could be by design, trying to run away from a little bit.
He'll play for Ken Niamatalolo at the Naval Academy. Next year, that middle linebacker, the Defensive Player of the Year in Division 5. On the roll to the right, it's Toby up near the first down. About a yard shy. Cummins, the tackle. As Toby gets to the 20. I was asking you a few minutes ago about the temperature of this game. What do you think about the ebb and flow so far?
Well, Coldwater's moving the ball. They just haven't put it in the end zone yet. And I think, again, it's going to be about Toby being patient. And the Crusaders finally got one chance across the 50 and just couldn't capitalize. So, you know, it's whoever can score for halftime here is going to have a big advantage, I believe.
It's either 3 of 5 on 3rd down, or 44% for the season. 3rd and 1. Toby all the way. Forward progress. Gets him about 4 yards. Stuffle there to make the tackle. And a late flag comes out.
There was some extracurriculars going on down there late. Stuffle, I mean, you can't contain him. He's off the block, and it's a little bit of a scrum right here, and it's getting active. We saw this yesterday in the Steubenville Big Red game.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense number 11. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
First penalty. It's on the senior Cummins.
And I can tell you, it's always the second guy, Neil. I mean, there was somebody scrapping with him, and he retaliated and got called.
So our referee, James Johnson, and his crew. They have this spotted at the 8. It will be first and goal. Take another look at this.
Right here, he's going head to head with Gear, and Gear was giving it to him, and you could see Cummins' arm go up, drew the flag. You're not going to see too many personal fouls with either one of these two teams, but it is a physical game, and there's emotions involved. You got to keep control of your emotions.
Been a well-played football game so far.
On cue. Right on cue. And there's been no penalties so far.
And we go back to back. Looked like the right guard, Cody Hart, moved.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That is the junior, who is a college prospect. He too dealing with an ankle sprain and barely practiced this week.
Right-hand side, right there. Again, I don't care at what level you're at, how many weeks you play, when you miss practice time, it affects you. But he's gutting it out and he's playing hard. Again, that offensive line, they're doing a phenomenal job of pass protection so far tonight.
Cavaliers knocking on the door. They've had long drives, but a missed field goal and a turnover on downs. At the 13, Gear fumbled it, got right back on it.
Boy, chip out and just thinking, come on, guys. We were on the 8 a minute ago at first down.
Of course, it's a family affair, not only in the conference, but in the town of just over 4,500 people. The late John Reed starting something special with this football program. 20 years in a row in the playoffs. Second goal at the 15. Intercepted.
Guess who?
Big Stu is having a ball game. Stuffle the pick. His first of the year. And the game's first turnover.
That's a great play, and that's about film study, understanding what they're trying to do. You look at him, came off the block, he anticipated the quick throw and just jumped up and caught it. Coach Ott cannot believe that just happened. He's thinking, we're going to score 3 or 7 points. We got none.
They're being versatile in how they're not scoring. Fosterman chasing down Ruffin. They've tried to get him involved quite a bit here in the second quarter. He's saying, grab the collar of my jersey. Gain of 2. Second and 8.
Well, you talked about the temperature of this game. It just changed with Harris Stuffle making the pick, because Coldwater had an opportunity there to get, for sure, to get some points, and they've controlled possession time. They've ran the football. They've been in scoring position a couple times, and they have 0 points to show for it.
Murphy, Ruffin, made a man miss. Couldn't make a second. Ryan Vagatus, the senior defensive back. Call him Veggie.
One thing Coldwater does well is tackle it in the open field. And
timeout, Coldwater. That is their first timeout of the half.
That's a great play by Veggie in the open field, because there was some green space behind him.
The Cavaliers call for time. It's an important 3rd and 5 upcoming. So they've marched it down the field, Greg. 3 drives have come up empty for the Cavaliers. Well, the Crusaders trying to get their own momentum going offensively. They went punt, turned it over on downs. A great weekend of football, hasn't it? We're on the Ohio State University campus. LaSalle, Thursday night, comes back with 14 points in the second half to beat Massillon Perry. Trayshawn Smith headed to Louisville. He had 2 touchdowns. Sloppy game with Marion Local and Cuyahoga Heights. Flyers hold on for their 9th title. How about last night? A classic. Double overtime. Just the second time that's happened in Division I. Greg Fry has watched them both. Cincinnati St. Xavier, with 5 losses, the first team to do that, wins the title. Warren JFK won earlier this morning for their first championship since '91. And Holman has gone back-to-back with their shutout at Trotwood Madison. Awaiting the game's first points here, and on 3rd and 5, Murphy runs. Seifring tackles. It's going to be close. On that 33.
I don't think he got it. I think that's Coach Lindesmith. Well, wait a minute. They're moving the chains, but I don't think he got it. Were they asking for a measurement?
Timeout on the field for a measurement.
It's funny because on the far sideline, the Coldwater bench, they were moving the sticks already. They were keeping them put.
Yeah, I think they asked for a measurement, and the guys on the sideline moved the chains. A little bit of miscommunication going on. But I really feel like Coach Lindesmith was being very conservative there, using Jack Murphy's feet. If they get a first down, great. If not, let's punt it away. We just got an interception. Let's punt it away and rely on our defense. It does not look like he got to the line.
Murphy, the team's leading rusher. First down.
That's a big first down. They can burn some more clock. Just looking for some rhythm offensively. They really haven't had a rhythm. They had one big play in the screen. That Coldwater defense has been stingy.
Second time they've converted on 3rd down. Coming up on 2 minutes in the half. Taking that jet sweep to Ruffin. Now Murphy on the move. Murphy over midfield. And goes down at the 48. Lewis Berry runs him down. Longest run of the night for the Crusaders.
Great vision right here. He sees the green space. He sees the green space in the cutback lane. Excellent vision here by Jack Murphy. Good job blocking up front. And this is the big play they've been looking for to flips the field. Looks like Barry might have got a knee or an ankle to the face right there. Hope he's okay.
That's why they called the timeout. Came into the night closing in on 100 tackles for his season, the senior. But a 20-yard run by Jack Murphy. His 42-yard scamper last week helped seal it in the state semifinal. Search for their first championship since they beat Van Wert in 2000. That was nearly taken to the house by Gear. And the middle linebacker jumped that slot pass.
And you could tell these teams have watched each other on film, and he bobbles the ball. He knew he had to get rid of it sooner, and Gear was already breaking on it. Split second later, and that's a pick 6. But Brad Gear, excellent anticipation, understanding where the football's going. And Murphy just kind of bobbled that. That's a tough throw. If you don't have the seams, that's a difficult throw.
Snap was low. Murphy picked it up. Quickly to the outside, where Thompson is bottled up by Mullenkamp. Around the 45.
Well, Jack Murphy again bobbles the shotgun snap. Does a good job picking it up, and a good job delivering the football. I'm telling you what, it's a cold night like tonight, really not windy, but difficult to throw those bubble passes like that, but excellent execution by Thompson, picking up some positive yardage. You see that Coldwater secondary, they play game 5 and then they shut it down.
Pardon, it was the 41, a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. They're 2 of 5 on 3rd down. Murphy, middle, Thompson to the 21. 1st down, Crusaders.
Excellent read by Jack Murphy. Finds Thompson in the seam. That ball's got to be on a line drive. You throw it in the hole in the zone over the linebackers under the free safety. Grady Thompson.
Trying to go right back to him, but it's incomplete. So a 20-yard run, a 20-yard pass on this drive. Just over a minute remaining.
When you mentioned Dan Mills earlier last time, just a little bit out of field goal range maybe, but he's got a long range. They're definitely in his zone right now. Ball's at a 21, it'd be about a 38-yard field goal, so they can get 3, but certainly they're looking for more than that.
The senior, a fearless player, trying to catch his breath. And it's Coldwater calling for time.
Timeout, Coldwater. It was their 2nd timeout of the half.
Their 2nd timeout. Third year in a row these two have met, and I don't want to mince it in terms of baby steps, but the blowout in 2014, a little bit closer last year, and now back and forth. They trade blows, waiting for the game's first score. Coming up at halftime, our Columbus studios, highlight stats analysis. The OHSAA's Jeff Jordan will chat with Marissa. The first 4 games decided by a touchdown or less here at Ohio Stadium. Back up in these championship games to the new Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton for the next couple of years, and then return back here to the Shoe in 2019. Memories being made across all the counties this week, and of course I'm sure it brings back a lot of memories for you.
It does. There's, I've spent a lot of years watching games in Canton, but I'll tell you what, these kids would play anywhere for a state championship. It doesn't hurt that you're in a great venue.
A low snap, Murphy deals with it. Lugging that pile toward the middle. Perhaps smart in lieu of anticipating field goal range if need be. Gear.
Timeout. Canton Central Catholic, their 2nd timeout of the half.
Made that tackle just prior to the timeouts. So each team with 1 remaining in the opening 24 minutes. First Stark County team to make 3 straight state championship games. They were a power running team when they won their first title right here against Versailles in '88. Spread formation in 2000. Look at their playoff resume. And the bridesmaid the last 2 seasons. But what do you think the schedule they played this year? Division I opponents, Division II playoff opponents, lost by a whisker to Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. Philadelphia lost to Hoban in the postseason. Beat the Federal League champ in Perry. Jackson was leading the Division I computer points for a good 5 weeks. And a lot of these players talked about those wins over the Federal League teams. That was the most important moment of their season, Greg.
It's a factor. I mean, it's a risk when you play that difficult schedule, but it does give your team confidence. And you don't have to look as far as St. Xavier last night. 5-5 makes the playoffs, and they win.
Just under a minute remaining in the half. 3rd and 6. They're 3 of 6 on 3rd down. Murphy doesn't see the backside pressure. Miller Davies fell on the fumble. They were bringing the heat with Bettinger, and he has made 2 big plays.
Showing his quickness, the 6'2", 180-pound junior is going to come from the left-hand side. Watch him right here. He's going to come, doesn't see it. Bang, ball comes loose. Fortunate to recover the football, and that just made a big difference in the field goal range. Never saw it coming. They're trying to go for a little pump and go. They were trying to go for the slant and go, trying to get the home run. Didn't get it.
4th and 20 at the 31, and with 1 timeout remaining.
They're going to let it run down, and now all of a sudden you got a 47-yard field goal attempt with Mills.
Timeout. Canton Central Catholic. That's their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
That's the thinking from Jeff Lindesmith.
Dan Mills was thinking he would have about a 30-yarder. Now he's going to have 48 or so. Pump and go. They're trying to hit the home run. It just takes a while. And every great quarterback's got to have. You got to have that clock in your head. You got to feel that step up in the pocket. You just can't sit there, especially with these 2 defensive ends. Miller Davies falls on that football. That might have saved 3 points.
Mentioning earlier the injury to Patrick Klosterman on that defensive edge that's given Bettinger the time. Klosterman was having an excellent season, all conference. Broke his ankle in the playoffs the week before the Coshocton game in Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy. So Murphy moves the football a bit. That's been the story of this first half. Close but no cigar for either team. As All-State kicker Dan Mills try and end that discussion and put the first points of this championship game on the board. 48 yards. All-State for a reason, folks. Dan Mills, what a lift. And the Crusaders lead 3-0 heading into the half.
O'Neill special teams has been a factor all throughout the last couple of days. Some good, some bad, but this is a big one. Dan Mills comes through. We're scoreless until this point. He's going to end the first half on a 48-yard field goal that never had it out.
Mentioned it was Sam doing the kicking last week. Mills crushing the 48-yard field goal. And we send it down to Marissa.
Coach, the decision to put Dan Mills out there completely nails that 48-yarder. How confident were you putting him out there on the field to attempt that field goal?
I'm very confident. Dan's got an unbelievable leg. 48, I think he made a 54 or 55-yarder for us in practice. He's got a great leg. He's an all-Ohio kicker, so he's got a lot of confidence in himself, and that was good execution.
You have the 3-0 lead. It's been a very tough defensive battle in that first half, but how good do you feel about where your team is at?
I don't feel real good, to tell you the truth. We had some opportunities. Our protection's not very good. We want to make sure we improve that, shore that up, and they're jumping around a few more defenses than we've worked on them, but giving us our offensive line a lot of different looks, so we'll make sure we shore that up.
Now, offensively, Jack Murphy was making quite a few plays there in the first half. What do you need out of him in the second? Yep,
take care of the football. I'd like to give him a little bit more time. I think we're going to try to make sure that Jack is comfortable back there in some of the cuts. I think he looked had a couple of false reads for us, but we want some big plays. He's got to make big plays for us.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Marissa. Jeff Lindesmith has Dan Mills, the man. 48-yard field goal on the Crusaders. Lead 3-0 at the half.
You're watching the 2016 OHSAA State Championships, presented across Ohio, exclusively on Time Warner Cable. And by Central Ohio McDonald's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and an active, balanced lifestyle for youth. I'm loving it. By Honda, majestic deals await at your local Ohio Honda dealer. Happy Honda Days. By Mr. Hero, it's all about the taste. And by Quaker's Steak and Lube. Great times, great food, Quaker's Steak and Lube.
2 years ago, these schools combined for 83 points. Last year, 53. So naturally at the half, in their third meeting in a row, it's 3-0 Canton Central Catholic. Welcome back to Ohio Stadium, everyone. Neil Sika, Greg Fry. Well, there was some drive sustainment, but execution in the red zone. The defense is playing a big factor for both teams.
Well, both defenses have played great all year long, and certainly 3-0 at halftime. That's been the case. And when you look at offensively, Jack Murphy running the football, but that Coldwater defensive line really has been stellar throughout the first half. And defensively, Harris Stupel makes a big interception. Coldwater, 2 opportunities in the red zone, got 0 points, but that defense put a lot of pressure on Jack Murphy. He's had a difficult time hanging on the football in the first half. And really, defensive lines for both teams have played exceptionally well in the first half.
Yeah, the difference, the Dan Mel's 48-yard field goal, which was a school record, his previous best 47, and he did not kick last week. So that is the score at the half, 3-0. And what will the adjustments be, of course, for Coldwater as they try to move the football at least into the end zone? Marissa Contapelli catching up with Chip Otten.
Coach, 3-0 game here to start the third quarter. What did you tell your team in the locker room at the half?
Well, really not to panic. You know, the defense is playing really well, so they just keep doing what they're doing. And then offensively, we've had the opportunities inside the 20, I think 3 or 4 times, and didn't get anything. So, you know, we've been behind before this year, so hopefully we don't panic. And obviously you got to score if we're going to win.
You mentioned those opportunities in the red zone came up empty in that first half. How do you correct those errors and cash in here in the second?
Well, you just execute and make the plays, and you know, take kind of what they give us. They'll kind of try to make a couple long throws when the underneath stuff was there, and be, you know, you just got to take what they give you and make the plays.
Coach, good luck here in the second half.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Marissa. Chip Otten, his team in an 8th straight championship. That matches Newark Catholic. It's the only school that's done that 20 years in a row in the postseason. They have 24 consecutive playoff wins, and a victory tonight will give them the new mark over their conference rival, Marion Local. They beat 17-14 earlier this season. And for the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic, it's Murphy and this band of seniors, guys that waited their time, reveling in the chance to play in this matchup again. Knock off this small school power, looking for a 3rd title of their own. Mentioned those consecutive playoff wins.
With some impressive company on that list. Certainly numerous MAC schools on there. LaSalle cracked it with 15 with their win 2 nights ago. Newark Catholic, they've collected many, many wins as well as St. Ignatius. The top 2, Marion Local and Coldwater, no surprise.
Rindler, Hardings to return this second half kickoff for the Cavaliers. As we are underway in the Division 5 State Championship second half. So Coldwater will come out on offense. And in that first half, an 8-play drive, a missed field goal, an 11-play drive, a turnover on downs. And the 8-play drive that ended with Dylan Tobey being picked off by Harris Stufel.
Well, the one thing is missed opportunities. The other part there is they only had 3 touches in the first half. That's not a lot of drives.
Time of possession pretty much equal. Senior Tobey with gear in the backfield on the first play from scrimmage in this second half. James Wills, Griffin Baumel. We have not called The big linebackers name that much here tonight. That's just his third tackle. Wills is all Ohio in there with him.
Watch 40 right here. He steps up in there, and that's what you see on film. And Stufel there as well. He's been a big night. But Baumel putting his head right up in the hole. He comes downhill, does an excellent job reading his keys in that middle linebacker position.
From the spread on 2nd and 8, Toby. Nobody open downfield. Baumel, 2 plays in a row. And the star beginning to shine.
Great protection once again, but excellent coverage downfield. Toby does what he does. He's going to go run, and Baumel he's waiting on it. Excellent open field tackle. Comes from the inside out, makes the play in the open field. That's why he's going to be playing at the next level.
Just talking to him prior to kickoff, saying maybe it's tough for them today. He goes, got to make it up tonight. Lost to Temple. 4 of 6 on 3rd down for the Cavaliers. And their opening possession of the 3rd quarter. Toby hits. T. Roop with his 9th interception of the season. As he comes back to the near side and Klosterman brings him down. It's the 2nd interception for the Crusaders tonight.
Just a flood route to the open field. Roops, he's the corner underneath, and he just sloughs back in the zone. Again, that's about film study. That's understanding the play that's coming. They sprint out right to him, and he's typically got the underneath coverage, but he got underneath the throw right to him. Toby never saw him.
First team All-Ohio corner in Roop. On the outside, Cummins. Big 69-yard touchdown catch last week. A good gain on 1st down here. Trying to surge off the momentum. The big kick, 48 yards by Mills. His previous best, 47. Setting a new school record. And the defense making a statement. Their 2nd turnover this football game, and the Crusaders are on the move. Miller in the backfield. Murphy motions Cummins, now follows that block. Near another 1st down around the 17, Sanning the tackle.
When they were coming into this game, the Crusader defense had created 19 interceptions. They've only given up 7 pass touchdowns. The interceptions have been key tonight, 2 in the last 2 drives. This defense, it's a defensive-led team, and they've had to be patient tonight. Now all of a sudden they got an opportunity to get up by 2 scores set up by the defense in a short field.
Been a heavy turnover weekend in this championship game. But the balance of the team turning it over has only cost them in 2 of the last 3 games. Ignatius and Minster. Murphy, a man's run. On 3rd and short, it's 1st and goal at the 9. Bettinger the tackle.
Well, excellent job. He bounces this outside. He gets some great blocks. Right here, he cuts it upfield, which is excellent, but he runs right through Neil Mullenkamp. 6'3", 200-pound, free safety, runs him over.
Over 100 yards passing. Couple of nice runs on the ground. Ruffin, jet sweep. Coldwater's awaiting it. And a loss of 7. Seifring Kanapke. Not fooled.
Tough to cut back against this defense. A little too much dancing going on right there. You gotta get this one and commit to a hole and go, or try to run it outside. But you can't hesitate because you can see the pressure coming, and Seifring finishes him off. Well, you want to come back with that and have Murphy keep it. Try to get this thing vertical and go right at the heart of this defense. They've been pretty good stretching things, not allowing Crusaders to stretch out that run play.
They fake to Cummins. Murphy. One toward the boundary. Seifring quick to swallow it up and force him there. And up 3rd and goal. Remember, it was 1st down at the 8.
It'd be a big win for this Coldwater defense to hold them to a field goal right here, be down 6-0. They've been down before. Week 12, they trailed 17-0, so they're no stranger to adversity, but they came back in that game, were able to prevail against Greenview. Big play in the game here. Look for Murphy using his feet to make a play.
Crusaders, they've run off 10 straight victories. 3rd and goal. End zone. Touchdown. Ruffin. After a 5-year wait from playing football, that's about as good as it gets. His 3rd touchdown of the year receiving.
Excellent job by Jack Murphy. Got good protection. Understood what the defense was. There's no free safety back there. Finally got settled with a good look. Coldwater brought the heat, man coverage, and he made the throw.
Flags before the extra point. And some movement.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 88. 5 yards. Replay the try.
That's Stufel, who's the tight end in goal line in PAT situations. Mills has just missed 1 extra point this year. And this from 25 yards. Missed his 2nd. Off that post, 9-0. But Ruffin on the 17th touchdown pass of the year from Murphy. The Crusaders by 2 scores. The Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic as they look for their 3rd state championship in this 3rd consecutive matchup with the Cavaliers of Coldwater. They were 2-3. 1 point this season. The balance across the offense for head coach Jeff Lindesmith. And this group that he thanked for their effort. They lost by a point to Notre Dame Cathedral Latin for their 3rd setback of the season. And from there he goes, if we get that, the rest of the way we're going to be all right. A small staff of 6 coaches. He's done a little bit of everything on that sideline through the years. D coordinator, offensive line. His team up by 9 here. Kickoff to resume. As they say, the ball is down. It'll be Coldwater football at the 40 to start this possession. Honorary captain for this game, Daniel Boom-Heron, is with Marissa Contampelli.
Thanks, Neil. Boom-Heron, honorary captain for tonight's game, running a back standout at Warren G. Harding and then the Ohio State University. A lot of memories made here at Ohio Stadium. I have to imagine, do you still get a special feeling every time you walk in here?
I definitely got the chills when I walked in here. It's a great honor to be here, and I'm just glad to be a part of this game today.
A lot of success you've had over the years, but is there maybe a special memory or moment that when you look back through your career, whether it was in high school or college or even in the NFL, that stands out, that comes back to you a little bit quicker?
Like you said, I've had so many great memories. Definitely in high school, college, even pro. I mean, pro, my first touchdown, it was against the Redskins. That was, like a dream come true. And then anytime I scored a touchdown against that team from up north, that was a great thing. And high school, man, playing great football in the great state of Ohio has always been great.
This is a special weekend for all 14 teams that have competed here, but the final game being tonight, and it's been a pretty good one. What have you enjoyed about it so far?
Well, you know what? What I've liked, it's been a close game. They just both have to finish their drives. They've both been moving the ball, so I think once they start finishing their drives, put some more points on the board.
Well, Boom, thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Marissa. Part of some pretty good Ohio State teams. Stand out at Warren G. Harding. Had one of their deepest runs in the playoffs in 14 years. We saw Greg's hat and wanted to one-up him.
He understands you got to take care of the lid.
Gear on 3rd and short. It's a first down. Baumel, another tackle here for the Crusaders. All 9 points have come off the 2 turnovers, the Stufel interception, the Roop interception. The missed PAT by Mills. Stufel's having a big night. 2 of 2 in the red zone off of those giveaways. And this Central Catholic defense coming into the game with a plus 15 turnover margin. Under 5.5 remaining in the 3rd. Toby. This man on the cross, roaring 3rd reception of the night. Late flag as he picks up the first down. He was tackled at the 37 by Thompson.
Excellent job by Broering catching the football before he takes the hit.
Face mask. Defense number 5. 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Broing's going to come on an in route. Baumel's, he's going to catch it. Watch forward. He just missed him. Excellent job of stepping up and get back downfield. Just a graze of the helmet there at the end, the face mask for the 5 yards.
A couple of long throws to Klosterman, but nothing else in terms of the big play territory for the Cavaliers tonight. Toby with great coverage downfield. Now looking to make something happen, and it falls incomplete. Slipping in the seam was Broering.
Lots of time. He had all day to throw back there, and he's keeping his eyes downfield, doing a good job of that. Broering's open. Pretty good throw. Oof, very catchable ball. Good job improvising there by both guys. Just got to make the catch. Very important for Toby to maintain his patience here. He's thrown a couple picks. Difficult to get the big plays over top, but he's got guys open underneath if he can remain patient. They're still very much in this game, but they need some points out of this drive.
Going back to that factor, they have Mullenkamp on the field, but he has not been a factor within the offense. The leading receiver, he does not have a reception tonight. 2nd and 10, Toby on the run. Toby looks like he has a first down. Ezzo the tackle.
Excellent job. They run motion. They take this linebacker right here, which vacates because of the motion. He's going to follow his blocker up front, Troy Sanning. Excellent play call, but that's set up by the motion to pull the linebacker out of the box. Good play call there by Chip Otten.
The safety with the stop, the 4th in his family to play for the Crusaders. But it's a first down for the Cavaliers. Just outside the Central Catholic 20. Toby to the air. Mullenkamp on cue. Touchdown. The leading receiver on this Cavalier offense, wide open. 22 yards.
Well, Neil, I really think he was a runoff. He wasn't. The play was designed to go to the left. I think they were trying to hit Gear on a kind of an out and up wheel route. Wasn't there. Toby rolls to his right. Mullenkamp wide open, busted play, and Toby finds him.
He has an offer from Toledo. And movement by Thomas Schwederman. First team all-conference lineman will move this back.
False start. Number 75, the kicking team, 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
And as with the previous extra point attempt, it's anything but a sure thing.
This is getting interesting because it's a 3-point game, and normally these are gimmies, but not at this point. Toby missed badly on an earlier field goal.
So he tries from 25. He was 1 of 2 on extra points last week. Missed a 28-yard field goal. That's flush. 9-7. And the Cavaliers.
This play was designed to go left. He got pressured. Logan Meyer pressured him to the right, and Mullenkamp's wide open. This busted coverage over here, they forgot about Mullenkamp. He may not be running fast, but he can still catch the football. And there's the big play they needed. Excellent composure by Dylan Tobey. Comes off his read. And now all of a sudden you got a momentum swing.
Coaches on that CCC sideline probably reminding them to not forget about the guy who's first team All-Ohio. All conference in 3 positions. Neil Mullenkamp. 22-yard touchdown reception. His 9th of the year. Mentioned he has an offer from Toledo. Doesn't know if he's going to continue playing. Thompson and Ruffin back to receive this kickoff. Now the drive, 7 plays. A response, and the 4-time defending champs, Ruffin. Out over the 25 to the 27. And Murphy on the offense return to the fields. .402 remaining here in the 3rd.
What looks like both offenses did make some positive adjustments at halftime, Neil, and they're settling in a little bit. They both got touchdowns on the board in the 3rd quarter. Now I'll see who can sustain it.
Linda Smith 12-2 in the playoffs. Those defeats the team in white. Ruffin's had a big night. Go right back to him. Harding's waiting for him in the flat. Gain of 2.
Yeah, again, he's got to commit. Too much dancing going on. You're not going to dance this team. You got to commit and just pick up the extra yard or 2. Right here, just go to the outside, or you cut it back inside. I always tell my receivers, do the math. There's 10 guys coming from the inside. There's 1 guy in front of you. Run outside.
Miller in the backfield. Cummins in motion. And the quick slant is ruled incomplete. Vagadis coming up in coverage. It was intended for Quentin Heck. The hard-working senior hasn't been targeted much tonight. And the Coldwater fans are on their feet. They want to swing that pendulum.
You can feel the energy in that Coldwater sideline. They haven't had a lot of it, especially the first half, but they're feeling it now. 3rd and long situation. They're looking to get the football back. This is where Jack Murphy's got to be. He's got to be careful, take care of the football. It's okay to punt if it's not open.
The fake to Ruffin on the sweep. Now to the flat. Incomplete for Miller. Flag comes in late. Bettinger with the pressure. There's a lineman downfield. Might be the case.
It appeared they were trying to set up a screen, but there was great pressure by Seifring, which disrupted the timing of the play.
Ineligible downfield. Number 62 on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Murphy's trying to hang on to the football. I believe they're trying to set up a screen. And he nearly delivers the football to Chase Miller. The little offensive lineman has leaked downfield just enough to get the call.
At Mullenkamp, Nate Rindler back for this Cummins punt. Fielded by Jack Mullenkamp, and a junior. Bottled up at the 32. And a 38-yard punt. The Coldwater offense returns to the field. They're finding the end zone for the first time, and a must-response drive the last time out. The accolades against that Midwestern Athletic Conference, one title already etched in stone this weekend with Marion Local, 31 for the conference. Minster lost this morning. Mullenkamp in motion. Toby. Just a bit high for Broering off his fingertips.
Well, I like they took a shot going vertical. They ran 2 vertical routes right there and just missed it a little bit too high for Broering. But it was the right read and the right throw by Dylan Toby. They're running off the play action just a little bit too high. Luke Guzzo had a chance to really lay the wood there and laid off. Good decision.
Broering stays on the sideline. Toby with pressure. Dangerous pass. But completed it to Neil Mullenkamp. And it's a loss of a yard. Eberhardt with the surge, the sophomore making the tackle. He's always around that football.
They're trying to throw a middle screen off of that play action again. And Griffin Baumel stayed home. Harris Stoufel is there as well. This is well defensed. Screen all the way. Look at all the green shirts there. They know this is coming. That's good film study. This team has spent a lot more time in the film room here in the last 10 weeks and really grown up defensively.
Coldwater's 5 of 8 on third down. 3rd and 11 here. Coming up on the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Toby looking long. Rindler was out there, but it's excellent coverage by Cummins, the linebacker.
You get a one-on-one situation with the linebacker running vertical with the running back and Rindler. Cummins is with him the whole way and almost intercepts this ball. That's great coverage. That's the matchup you want offensively, but Cummins is 6'1", 180. He can run in his outside linebacker position.
Some Division II looks right now. The senior does. Closing speed helped him. Toby punting. Got a little bit of a bounce. It goes out at the 30, and that's where Canton Central Catholic takes over with Murphy coming on after the 38-yard punt.
Just when you think you're going to have offensive momentum, we get teams trading punts, and points are going to be hard to come by tonight.
You know, even the big play explosion of the last 2 years. 3 turnovers in that game for the Crusaders. Want to allow early leads for the Cavaliers. They have not done that tonight. But now nursing a 2-point advantage as the defenses swinging left and right. Bettinger in on the tackle. That opening play of the series.
Look at the penetration by Bettner. He just ran right through his block. And here comes Brad Gear and the host of the linebackers making the play, but it's the penetration by Bettinger that really bottles up that run. Chip Ott knows he's got to stay patient. This could be could end up being a 1-point game, come down to a field goal.
Murphy to the outside. Incomplete. Wanted Ruffin. Line him up on the slot on the near side. Kanapke was trying to put a hand to it.
Yeah, Ryan Kanapke. Excellent read. Excellent read getting under that. He sensed that route coming, jumped underneath it, got a hand on it.
3rd and 12. Ruffin motions. Murphy to an open Miller. And out of the flat, get up over the 35 to the 36, where Toby and Kanapke are there. Crusaders to punt.
I had a chance to talk to Mark Miller, the head coach for Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, and he just talks about the open field tackling in the secondary. This team and the linebackers, they don't miss open field tackles. That time it started with Toby, but you could see the linebackers pursuing.
Cummins with his 4th punt of the night. Angles out of bounds on the Coldwater sideline. Still marking it off at the 40. So good field position, just 24 yards on the kick. Look of anxiety, perhaps. Jeff Lindesmith, his team out to a 9-0 lead. It's Division V championship game. In the final moments of this 3rd quarter. Toby. Found a hole, got to the outside. Into Crusader territory, a first down. Thompson squirreling him away.
Very good patience by Dylan Toby. Looks like he's going to get bottled up right here, but watch him bounce this thing to the outside. Baumel misses. Good vision to bounce it outside and pick up the first down.
In the end, run away from the guy who wears 40 for the other team.
Run away, run away.
He is a monster, sideline to sideline. Much more noticeable here in the 3rd quarter. Toby swallowed up. Logan Meyer. Jeff Lindesmith's favorite story. Didn't know if he would pan out a couple of years ago, but he hit the weight room. Bought into everything they have asked of him. Had an outstanding senior season. A classic perhaps in the making. 9-7 Crusaders. We head to the 4th.
I am a champion.
Make some noise!
So you said.
9-7 to the 4th quarter of the Division V state championship. And the final high school football game in the state of Ohio in 2016. Chibotton played at Bowling Green. His team scoring on their last offensive possession. The numbers through 3 quarters. 2 turnovers, all 9 points for the Crusaders coming off of them, Greg.
Yeah, neither team really being able to establish the run, but the turnovers have been the key. The Coldwater Cavaliers have got to take care of the football in the 4th quarter.
Toby. And 2nd and long. What was junk into somewhat of a jewel and makes it 3rd and manageable to the 43 on that run.
Well, I thought they had him bottled in. He tried to cut it back, and Derek Levengood kept him from cutting it back, but now he's just going to improvise and go back the other way again and making all those guys miss, including Griffin Baumel. And big pickup. Now they got a manageable 3rd down situation.
An empty set with a 6'4" senior quarterback. An all-Ohio selection. Roaring on the slant, but he's going to come up shy of the marker. Line to gain the 38. He goes down at the 40. Roop, who has an interception tonight, met him at the point of contact.
Great break on the ball by T. Roop. He senses the ball coming. He gets there right when the ball arrives and keeps him short of the sticks.
4th and 2.
Well, 4th and 2 is very doable when you got a quarterback like Dylan Toby, 6'4", 185. He's averaging 4.9 yards a carry.
Coldwater, it's their first time out of the half.
And some confusion with the personnel they were bringing on the field, so they'll call a timeout. Their first of this second half. Say hi to Marissa again.
Well, guys, for the Crusaders, senior captain Griffin Baumel has been wearing number 40 all season long. Now, if you take notice, he had been wearing number 24 the past 2 years. But one of his close friends, Zach Herrera, a player for North Canton Hoover, passed away over the summer. So Griffin, along with the entire county, pulled together for him and his family. Griffin decided to change his number in respect to the Herrera family and to honor his late friend. Now, this truly speaks great volumes about just the type of person that Griffin is, and as he will continue his career over at the Naval Academy, he has already reached out to Navy to see if he can wear number 40 throughout his career, and they said they think they will be able to accommodate that. So guys, this is just another truly great testament about what it truly means to be a part of high school sports in a great community, such as the entire Stark County area, and it's really, really about more than football sometimes. Neil?
High quality young man, Marissa. 4.6 40. Excellent student. 6 tackles. 4 of those coming in the third quarter. 4th and 2. Gear with Toby in the backfield. They shift Klosterman and Mullenkamp. They'll run to that side. Toby on the cutback. First down. Coldwater to the 36.
Great call by Chip Otten and his offensive staff. I'm not so sure the Crusaders were surprised that was coming, but when you can stretch it out like that, good chance Dylan Toby's going to find a seam and pick it up, and he did.
Gear to Toby's right. On the out. It's complete. Klosterman at the 30. And Jared Sanford, the senior, the tackle on the outside. He's gotten better each and every week.
That's what Chip Otten was talking about, just taking what the defense gives you, that short side hitch. They've hit that a couple times. Not a big play, but you know what? It gets a second short situation. Now you can have some final play action pass or let Dylan Toby do his thing, run the football.
Over 100 yards passing. So the game's leading rusher with 70. 2nd and 3. He runs again. Got a block and got the lean. Everhart was forcing him toward the sideline. The Toby lunge moves the chains.
See the guard to tackle pull, and just does an excellent job just getting the extra yard or two as he's being shoved out of bounds. The Central Catholic defense plays a lot of 2 deep, and they only have 5 in the box in a lot of cases, which typically you can't do against Coldwater, but because of Baumel in the middle, makes a big difference. See the 1 touchdown, but 2 picks tonight.
Against the 5-man front. Toby toward the end zone, and it's broken up with a flag coming in. Sanford in coverage on Klosterman. It was jostled free around the goal line.
And there was definitely some contact going on. Let's see. Kind of hard to tell. Both guys are going for the ball. I mean, Sanford's got his arm in the mix, trying to disrupt the football, which is what he's supposed to do, but that's a big break for the Cavaliers.
Pass interference. Defense number 28, half the distance to the goal. First down.
I mean, maybe it's because his arm is wrapped around the back. You can see,
right?
Toby's like, well, darn, oh, okay, good. That ball hung. If he throws that ball on a line drive, it's a touchdown.
1st and 10 at the 12. Game-Canton had started out of the backfield to lead the block for Dylan Tobey. He rolls inside the 5 to the 4. Sanford the tackle.
Great push with the right-hand side of the offensive line. Schwiedemann especially does a great job blocking. Gear. Look at all the white shirts out front. He had a wall of blockers in front of him.
Much of their own doing. The turnovers leading to the 9 points. Scoring 2 drives ago. Knocking on the door to take the lead early in the 4th. Tobey on 2nd down. Touchdown.
When it comes down to it, if it's a 4th quarter, week 15, you would have put the ball in the hands of your playmaker, and Dylan Tobey is it. Again, great job up front with the push. Schwiedemann as well, Gear and company. And now, let's see what Chip Otten's going to do here. They're up 4. Extra points have been less than a guarantee tonight, so probably going for 2.
Combined for 41 touchdowns this year, in the air and on the ground. That's number 19 in that 4-yard run. And they play for 2. Throwing back across into the traffic. But Roop stayed at home. As Klosterman running that shallow out to the near side, and the conversion fails.
We had to get rid of it. You see a lot of teams run this on a 2-point play. They roll right, throw it back left. But look at the blocking up front. Excellent job. Klosterman had a big block as well as Schwiedemann. And Chip Otten's been patient all day long. Finally gets his touchdown.
9 plays, 60 yards. They've scored the last 13 points. After trailing 9-0. Referenced it already a couple of times. A 17-point deficit in the regional semifinal. They're thinking tonight, oh, piece of cake, right?
Down 17-0 in the playoffs. That's a team that's not used to being down 17-0, but they held their composure and they found a way to win, which obviously when you win 24 in a row in the playoffs, you know how to win football games, and this team does.
Marion Local had that run from 11 to 15. Lost to Kirtland in the championship game last year. And their 5th title in 6 years yesterday morning.
That was a game they were beating Kirtland as well. It was a tremendous comeback by Kirtland to knock them off.
The complexion was similar yesterday, but they held on. Bumpy landing. Thompson, excellent return on the kickoff. Out over the 45 to the 46. The man that just scored makes the tackle, Tobey.
A good wall of blockers right here. Had a seam. He gets past the initial wave, and guess who brings it down? Tobey. Might have saved the touchdown. Now it's Jack Murphy's turn to be patient here and put a drive together. They have struggled to run the football all day long.
Just 34 yards rushing. And after the interception in which they converted to a touchdown, they've had 2 straight 3-and-outs. Up to Ruffin here for a gain of 4.
And that's a pass play, but it's really a design run play. Just getting the ball outside to Ruffin. But the positive for Coach Lindersmith is they do pick up 4. So important to have success on 1st down against this Coldwater defense. You do not want to be the third long, 2nd long with these guys.
Under 8 remaining in the 4th. Murphy. The siege is coming, and it's Seifring at the point of attack.
They tried to come back with the same play, going to the left-hand side of the open field. Seafried's going to chase him. You see here comes 59 from the right-hand side of your screen. Got to get rid of it. You just got to throw this out of bounds. He knows it.
It's his 15th sack of the season.
District Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's 6'1", 195. He plays like a beast.
First team All-State, 3rd and 17. Lofted up, it was over the hands of Klosterman. And the suspense stayed there because Miller still had a chance to make a play.
I'm not so sure it didn't hit Miller in the foot, but it looked like Klosterman was going to have a pick. It hit him in the foot. Wow. And I think Murphy knew he had it, but he didn't have his feet set. Tried to lob it over the head of Klosterman and hit Miller in the foot.
Cummins to punt. 3rd straight possession of a 3 and out. Rindler at his 30. And not much more on the 33-yard kick. 6:47 remains in the Division 5 title. Coldwater up 4. Almost at the midpoint, final quarter of the football season. During the weekend of championship game action at Ohio Stadium. Consecutive years in the playoffs. Coldwater active at 20. Ignatius missed the postseason last year. A game that'll be talked about for a long time. Last night in double overtime. Just the 2nd time they've lost a state championship.
When I was at the game a year ago and they lost to Cincinnati Moeller in a shootout, playing for their playoff lives, and they lost late in a very close game, which broke that streak.
Tremendous recovery season for Chuck Kyle's Wildcats, just ending a few plays shy. It's been Toby who's been the man since that 2nd pick. Scored on 2 of their last 3 drives. It's at Mullenkamp. He's ran one in from 4 yards out. Cummins makes the latest tackle.
And you made a good point about Chuck Kyle, but they bounced back this year, as you would expect the Cleveland St. Ignatius team to do. And they had a great run this year and did everything to win the state championship, but lose in overtime to St. Xavier. And Coach Steve Specht and Chuck Kyle are good friends. They've coached together in all-star games, a lot of respect for each other. And not too often when St. Ignatius loses in a final. They usually get it done.
Up to many in attendance. It was a record crowd. It's returning to Ohio Stadium as Toby goes again. You were mentioning, Greg, it looked like a college game. Baumel, the tackle here, but it's another 1st down off the Toby run.
Left-hand side of the offensive line, again following gear. And I think this is, don't be surprised right here. You're going to see the ball in Seven's hands a lot, just following his blockers, taking care of the football, chewing up some clock. Don't have to get points here. If you do, that'd be great. Put the game away, but keep that Crusader offense on the sideline.
The DB last year, Toby, got some reps at quarterback. He's going over 1,000 yards rushing for the season tonight. As he extends to the outside.
And you can see the better move there. He cuts it back north and south, stays in bounds. Baumel makes the tackle, but the clock's going to keep running.
Closing in on 100 for the night. He's at 99.
Play games Jim to the 42, 2nd down 8. Play games 3 to the 43, 2nd down 7.
3 timeouts remaining for the Crusaders. Trail by 4. It's 2nd and 7. Toby brings a man in motion. Somehow slipped out of that initial tackle.
There's a big collision with James Wills. James Wills had him dead to rights for a 4-yard loss, and somehow Toby got out. Watch Wills, he chases Troy Sanning. second effort by Toby to move the ball. You know, a game like this, you got a quarterback like Dylan Toby. It's kind of like JT Barrett with the Buckeyes. You got a quarterback that can run for 1,000 yards. In a situation like this with a 4-point lead, you want the ball in his hands and let his feet be the difference.
Here's the biggest play of the night. 3rd and 7. Toby in the air. Got out of it. Toby. Well, made it interesting, but Baumel says no more. Goes up to the 45-yard line, so a gain of 2 after all of that. 3.5 minutes remaining.
A good job not throwing the football. Nobody was open. And then there's this extra second and third effort breaking tackles. So it's a wise thing by not throwing the football. Keeps the clock running. Now he's got to catch his breath so he can punt.
Get into this one on 4th and 5.
They'll let this clock go all the way down.
Play clock at 4. Toby. The line drive kick. Mercer County bounce down to the 8. 48 yards. 2:49 remaining. And the Crusaders offense comes back out. Ruffin made it 9-0, and then Toby said enough's enough. Had thrown 2 interceptions, wide open Mullenkamp. 9-7. Drive previous to that punt, 4-yard run. That's where we stand. The first 4 games of these championships decided by a touchdown or less. That game summary brought to you by Mr. Hero.
Coldwater.
And Coldwater.
That is their second time out of the half.
Taking that second time out on the precipice of perhaps a little history. But the defense must hold serve. Canton Central Catholic knows the offense must find something. 3 straight 3-and-outs.
Well, I think Coach Lindesmith would probably take the opportunity if you're down 4 points and you got the football with 2:49 left, a chance. He'd probably take that with Jack Murphy. They're going to have to come up with something, though. And again, now you're looking at probably 4-down territory no matter what, because you can't get the football up again. So you're going to let Jack Murphy know, hey, look, you got 4 downs here. Don't feel like you got to make it happen on 1st and 2nd down. You can still be a little bit patient. And I think Chip Otten might have called that timeout to let Dylan Toby rest, because he was gassed on that last series. Let him rest a little bit, because he's such a factor in that defensive backfield. Get the defense composed, let them know what to expect. And tell these guys, look, keep it all in front of you. Let them dink and dunk it. Keep it in front, go make tackles.
Asked him earlier in the week when preparing a team who's been here so often. He said, have fun. Go out, play relaxed. You saw that when they trailed by 9 points. Murphy to the air on 1st down. On a low throw, it's incomplete. Peck, his intended receiver.
This just didn't look right. Trying to get rid of the football quick, a little bit too quick. Yeah, ball hit the ground. I think it's evidence of Jack Murphy feeling the heat all night long. He knows he's got to get rid of the football. That front 4 has really put some pressure on him.
And the smartest guys on the field, Jack Murphy, trying to sustain a drive. It's off the hands of Thompson. 3rd and 10.
Jarrett Cummins slipped behind the coverage, but no way Jack Murphy could get the ball to him on the run like that. Does a good job checking it down. This was catchable, I believe. Pressure by Seifring up the middle. Good job stretching it out. Yeah, I think it would have been a difficult catch, but catchable. Again, Jack Murphy's got to remember right here, you got 2 downs. I mean, don't think you want to be punting it away right now. You probably got to go for it on 4th down if you don't get it here.
5 receivers. Murphy with the pocket breaking down. Extending it to the outside as he falls out at the 11-yard line. Gear was sending him to the boundary, as was Barry.
He's just got no chance to set his feet in the pocket. You can see the pressure just forcing him outside. That's great defense, but the initial pressure, he just can't sit in there and try to make his reads. Good news is he did pick up a few yards, so it's 4th and 8.
He backed this deep in 3 timeouts. 2:27, that is the dilemma. And in Jeff Lindesmith's mind, there is none. They're playing.
Good time for a screen. You catch him off guard.
Murphy to throw. On the outside, it's reeled in and caught for a first down. Roop. It was a must-have, and he got it.
Little outcut to T. Roop, 6'2", 175 senior. He's going this way all the way, out throwing it outside. Guess who's under coverage? Dylan Toby, but Roop hangs on. Nice throw and catch. Under pressure.
Murphy. A roll to the right. Get out to stop the clock. Kanapke. Forcing him there.
I still think you go back to the screen they had success with in the first half, and Andrew Seifert was just camping out in the backfield, forcing Jack Murphy out of it. But take advantage of the pressure. Let those guys run. Let them rush and dump the screen. You can get a big play out of that. They had success with that in the first half.
They have just 168 yards. 2nd and 6. Murphy had time there. And that's caught on the sideline. Fine job by Bailey Capps.
A couple of big-time throws and catches right here. Capps is going to tightrope the sideline. Excellent throw and catch. Move the chains. Plenty of time left here. Now they got a little breathing room. When you're in 4-down territory, you only got to make one throw. You can have 3 ugly plays. You just need one good one.
2 6'4" senior quarterbacks in the spotlight. Murphy trying to make magic. To Thompson. Gear the tackle.
Boy, Brady Thompson missed it there. He had a lot of green space to the outside, and he cuts it back in. Look at him, lead blocker outside. Oh, he runs back into the teeth of the defense.
Just over 90 seconds remaining, and Murphy lobbing that up. He's caught out of bounds by Barry.
A wise decision by Murphy throwing that away. In the pressure this time, Bettinger got through. Barry caught it, but he was a couple yards out of bounds.
3rd and 8. Murphy. Oh! A spectacular grab by Roop. And another first down. Up to the 44.
T. Roop, are you kidding me? Murphy, first of all, is going to take a shot. The blitz is coming. He doesn't see this ball completed. Great catch. Got to throw it away.
The snap went through the hands of Murphy, and the miscue cost him big time. Seifring swallows him up, and a timeout for the Crusaders.
Oh, and that's going to be costly. That's a good snap, too. He's just looking downfield.
Canton Central Catholic. This is their first time out of the half.
Seifring does a
Please
good job.
reset the game clock.
Finishing him off.
To 1:15.
Good snap. And to me, this is just about the pressure getting to him. It's a good snap. He's trying to catch the football and get rid of it quickly. But the pressure has been there all night long by that front four.
Just a simple turn to the eyes after they had converted a 4th down. and 2 third downs after that to move it out to the 44. Now it's back to the 30. 2nd and 24. See the timeout situation. Crusaders with 2. That valiant effort. Comeback falls shy against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. Haven't lost since. On the road back here, they wanted the rematch. They led 9-0 in this game. It's been the Coldwater defense. Don't forget about us. CCC has been excellent. Look at the accolades on the map. Those 9 names. Second and 24. Murphy. The ends break in. Lobbing it up. Falling incomplete, but a flag is thrown.
Oh my. We'll have to jump ball for T. Roop. He was there with Cummins as well. You got 4 guys going after, 2 receivers, 2 defensive backs. That's the last thing the Coldwater defense wanted to give up right here is a pass interference call.
Pass interference, defense, number 8, 15 yards for the previous spot. We play 2nd down.
Essentially, it made up all the yardage lost on the bad snap. They called roaring for it. I think they meant Toby. Either way, there were 4 bodies just going up for a jump ball.
Jack Murphy's fortunate after giving up a -14 to come back, pick it up.
He goes to the outside and down the sideline. Roop to the end zone. "55 yards with the rosary out. The prayer answered."
Missed tackle.
That's their 2nd timeout of the half.
Toby missed the tackle. Roop walks the tightrope down the sideline and stays in bounds by inches. But the normally trusty open field tackling breaks down. 1 missed tackle here in Roop. 2 missed tackles. Gear missed him. Cuts it back. He's gone at this point. Unbelievable.
Talking a rubber pellet away with that right toe toward the sideline. But the Crusaders facing a 4th down, 2 third downs, a 2nd and 24. Go 92 yards in 11 plays.
This drive's been about T. Roop. He made the 4th down catch. He's had 2 excellent catches to keep a drive alive, and this one makes 2 guys miss yards after the catch. 55 into the end zone.
A stunned Ohio Stadium, both ways. Kick is up and good by Dan Mills. His new name, T.D. Roop.
Well, you want to know if he stayed in bounds? The answer is yes. Great camp work, guys. Tightrope the sideline, cuts it back. It's all about missed tackles, though. This is something that Coldwater really never does. And look at the celebration on the sideline. They go from thinking this thing's over to now they're on top. And Chip Ott showing the frustration like we had him. We flat out had him.
How about Murphy making the plays on that drive? Roop's dad played at Toledo. And also in 1986, so the state championship game against North Canton Hoover, they lost. The big focal points was the winning one for the family that slipped away 30 years ago. The old adage, it's tough to maybe beat a team twice in a season or perhaps 3 years in a row with it all on the line.
Well, let me be the first to remind everybody that there's 58 seconds left and they're down 3, and you got a quarterback named Dylan Toby who just missed a tackle. I promise you he's taking about 3 points right here and going to overtime.
They'll start at the 30. They have 1 timeout remaining. It's Vagadis returning the kickoff. But also, remember, Mullenkamp's injury hobbled the kicking game. And perhaps throwing foil into the plans if they were to get into field goal range. They wouldn't normally have their ace in the hole.
Well, it's going to be Toby. I mean, he's going to have to throw it down the field. He's got to kick it. I mean, first things first, they have to get themselves in range to even have an opportunity. If you want to got to do it, it's 7.
69 yards needed in 54 seconds. Toby to the outside, incomplete.
Well, this is a team that over the years, you never know if they come up with a trick play, and I guarantee you Jeff Lindesmith has let his defense know that. Keep it in front of you. You got 2 safeties back. Come up and make tackles. Don't let anybody get behind, no matter what.
Toby, middle screen, Mullenkamp. Bottled up in the middle. Only a gain of a yard, Wills. And a timeout.
I like the play call, trying to get it to your playmaker, see if he could break a tackle.
Coldwater, that is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, the bad news is you only get 1 or 2 yards. Great play by Wills to make the stop, and you got to use your timeout. They had a seam, but Wills is the one guy that came off his block to make the tackle.
2009, the last time Coldwater lost a postseason football game.
That is an incredible statistic given the amount of games that they had played in the month of November and early December.
2011, not 09. Kirtland beat him in the championship. Still, all that more impressive. 24 in a row. The pacing Jeff Lindesmith has been a part of this program. He's had success. He's won 3 baseball state titles, coaching with Dan Miller, Chip Otten. This amazing run.
And now you got no timeout, so you got to get a first down to stop the clock or throw it away. There's 3rd down, so there's no tomorrow.
In jeopardy with 40 seconds left. On 3rd and 8, Toby to the air, and it's caught. And out of bounds. Near midfield is Klosterman. It's a huge conversion.
Yeah, that's a deep out comeback to the wide side of the field. It's a big time throw. We're going to keep everything in front. Throws it outside. Good job catching the ball by Klosterman and getting out of bounds.
17 yards. At the 50 with 32 remaining.
Again, field goal could be iffy, but they've got to get in the range first of all to even have an opportunity. Probably need about 30 more yards.
Toby back on the out. Klosterman, 6 more. At the 44 with 28 seconds remaining.
Now you got the chess match going on. Okay, we'll take the 6 yards. Only burns a couple seconds off the clock. That Crusader defense is going to keep it in front. They're banking on the clock. There's 28 seconds to go, and Coldwater has 0 timeouts left. At some point, you got to throw the ball vertically.
Toby has been excellent late in the halves. Has to have it here. Throws it away. Gear was out there. 3rd and 4.
Well, they wanted the wheel route. They tried to go to that twice, to the wheel route, and it was taken away both times. And that is great coaching by the Crusader defense, because they ran Klosterman on a post to hold the safety, and they put a wheel route on the linebacker, and the Crusaders snuffed it out.
Timeout for Canton Central Catholic.
Canton Central Catholic. That is their 3rd and final timeout.
Our last championship was in Division III in 2000. Of course, their very first was right here at Ohio Stadium in '88. That's what's at stake. Kirtland winning the 2011 championship over the Cavaliers. They have not lost since then. 4 straight titles. They're equal with Marion Local. 24 consecutive playoff wins. 8 straight championship games.
Well, I've learned in my years that history has a way of taking care of itself. Streaks are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
But Cavaliers still have an opportunity. Chip Ott just threw his best shot at him. That was the play he wanted. He had it dialed up one-on-one with the linebacker, and I believe it was James Wills that took that away. Let's see if he's got another play. At this point, he's got to get a first down and move the chains and stop the clock.
3rd and 4. Toby on the out. It's a first down. You'll have to hurry to the line. Klosterman once more on this drive. Down to the 34.
Way to spike it.
He does. 14 seconds remain. At the very least, Greg, they'll have some shots to throw into the end zone.
Well, tell you what, a couple extra seconds ran off right there. We'll see if they adjust it. Klosterman, this is the right throw. They'll outcut, short side, take what the defense gives you, but he doesn't get out of bounds. That's the bad thing. They had to spike it.
Many still stunned in this stadium from the last Crusader drive.
Well, sack ends the game. Dylan Toby cannot take a sack.
2nd and 10. Toby to the air. Rindler. It hung up there off a deflection and falls incomplete. Cummins in coverage. We've seen that matchup before.
Well, Nate Rindler knew he had a shot there. He had him. That was a great throw. Excellent job breaking it up by Cummins. Got his hand in there at the last second. Now you're down to maybe 2 snaps. Could be the last play. I mean, at this point, I got to be thinking jump ball to Klosterman to take advantage of his size. Maybe get a pass interference call.
7 seconds. It may be the final play. Toby, incomplete. Miscommunication. That was a hot flare to the outside. And Klosterman was running the go. 5 seconds.
Yeah, they definitely weren't on the same page. Now you're down to 1 play.
It's 4th and 10. And it's for the championship. A 92-yard Crusader drive. A tightrope of the sideline by T. Roop.
If I'm Chip Ott, I'm going back to that wheel route. If the guy around the wheel, which has been Gear, if he can avoid the collision on the linebacker, he's going to get outside. They can run Klosterman up the middle of the field.
Mullenkamp moved. We'll back him up 5.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 16. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
key here for Dylan Tobey is to buy enough time so he can throw this ball in the end zone.
On the final play of the Division V championship, Tobey to the end zone. Intercepted. Thompson. And football immortality returns to Canton. Central Catholic, champions for a third time. There was no other way to end these state championships. The Crusaders pull the stunner. Baumel, men amongst the boys, hugs his coach. Thompson the interception on the final play. A chance at history for Coldwater. A game shy of winning a 5th straight title. And a group of seniors, a group of men from Canton Central Catholic, weren't very mature. They had a long way to go. Perhaps last year at the start of this season, but they fully blossomed now to win the school's 3rd championship in football, and the first since 2000. Jack Murphy and the offense, the men, on that final drive. 11 plays, 92 yards, and crucial conversions punctuated by the T. Roop touchdown. A thrilling final state championship game at Ohio Stadium that ends 16-13. And the trophy presentations upcoming.
It's an amazing thing about high school football in the state of Ohio, that 2 schools on opposite ends of the state can truly become rivals and truly can become competitive rivals and still play with the sporting conduct that they do. It's a tribute to the coaching staffs, and it's a tribute to the senior leaders that these teams have. Please join me in applauding both teams for everything that they represent for high school sports. Cavs, Coach Otten, it's an incredible journey. Everything about your community. You graduated so many kids, but it's about you. It's about the journey. And I know the slogan, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You got to this final game, 15 games in a season, and every one of you played in 60 games in your career. You did prove them wrong. You did prove them wrong by playing in this championship game. You leave Coldwater, and out on Route 18, the signs that the cheerleaders put on that fence every single week for you. The administration building in Coldwater that conveniently has 15 windows in it. 15 windows so they can put 15 games in there and 15 scores. Because the expectation from that community that supports you and your coaching staff is that you get to this final game every year. Men, you proved them wrong, and hold your heads high for that reason. And in behalf of every single school that would love to be playing on this final day, and representing our board of directors, it's an honor for Mr. Jeff Jordan and us to present you this runner-up trophy in Division V. Cavs, Coach Otten, community of Coldwater, congratulations.
Runner-up trophy for Coldwater. We'll send it down to Marissa, who is with Jeff Lindesmith.
Coach, first off, congratulations. It didn't happen in 2014, it didn't happen in 2015, but tonight, your team prevails. What is this moment like for you? How meaningful is the state championship?
It's meaningful. Our kids, you know, had a couple years of heartbreak right there. And these guys hung together. We're sitting at 2-3, week 5. And we pulled together. There's a lot of things that will make me emotional, but I'm telling you what, I'm so happy for my coaching staff and the kids for what they just did against the Coldwater team that I told them they never die. They always keep going. And my hat's off to them. They played a great ball game too.
You're facing 4th and 7 with 2:27 left in this game. You go for it and get the first down. Take me through what the emotion was like on that final drive with Murphy hooking up with Rupp.
Well, we needed a big play. Big plays win state championships. So that was an emotional. That was an exciting time for us. But Jack Murphy made some big plays. T. Roop had a 98-yard drive in under 2.5 minutes. That's what makes champions.
I know you have a great group of seniors on this team. What does it mean for you to be able to send them off champions?
Oh, it's a great feeling. Those guys deserved it. You know, I know the feeling. They had some heartbreaks the last 2 years, but they learned some valuable lessons, and they never gave up, and they got after it. It's a great thing.
Coach, big congratulations. Go enjoy this with your team.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
You're carrying
A big play, 55 yards to Rupp, the biggest
possible things with you as well.
of this championship.
Please thank your
Down to the
coaches
field
for that.
for the
Thank
trophy
your community
presentation.
for supporting you. And team, thank your seniors for that tremendous leadership. And because of that, it's an honor to stand in front of you and represent our board of directors, represent all 821 of our member schools, and our commissioner, and present you this championship trophy for 2016.
Partner, they lost by 41 2 years ago to Coldwater, 17 last season. They turn it around with an incredible final drive. That's what the great game of football is about at the high school level, seeing something like this, the maturation process over 3 years, and a great claim to end this state football championship.
This team persevered. They never quit. And they got it done in the last drive of the night to come away champions 16-13.
Great fun, my friend. You saw 2 great games.
Yes,
this
I did.
weekend.
Yes, I did.
They were all fantastic all weekend long. We thank the OHSAA and Ohio State University and our great staff from A to Z at our Columbia studios and here at Ohio Stadium, led tonight by producer Melissa Kowinski. 16-13 the final. Canton Central Catholic champions as football comes to a close with punctuation. From Marissa Contepelli, Greg Fry. We go back to the studio. I'm Neil Sika from Ohio Stadium. Good night.